I haven't done one of these videos in a while, actually, so I figured it was time to try another one with some things that probably slightly lesser known, as well as some camos for some tanks that I've found since then. Also some random tanks, not some tier 8s and 9s now, but maybe some lower tier 1s. We're actually going to start with one of those. The Renault Atsu is the tier 1 Japanese FT variant, and this is a skin that I found for that recently. Now you can go around tier 1 scaring the crap out of any guy that wants to cross you down in the tiers of the crappy tanks. This by far is the cheapest skin I've made in this series so far, so it's good if you're on a budget. The Object 261 is one of the most popular tier 10 artillery in the game, so a skin for it goes as follows. Step 1 is... Now they're never ever gonna find your Object 261 because you covered it in the dead branches of a tree. In all seriousness, no, I actually paid 261 gold for this, so I'm kind of surprised this was it. The Guard is a tier 8 premium you can get for bonds in the bond shop. It's a really good tank, and I highly recommend it. However, let's see what we can do with the camo. So we'll go in here. Up next is the T67. This is a pretty good tank that has a pretty good gun, very good camo, pretty good DPM. So it's no surprise that I should be including it in the series. There is only one camo you should ever use on the T50-2. I should never see any preset style on this thing. I should never see any decals on this thing. Because if you're using anything but the Immortal Classic style, I will find you. This one is less of a camo tip and more of just kind of a story. So, I was short on gold, and I managed to actually kill Goose when he was on his sheriff account. So I had two options. I could either buy a day of premium and grind out one of my tier 9s, or I could spend the gold and put a French flag on the back of my Excalibur. Well, you know which one I picked, and yeah, it was worth it. It was 100% worth it. This is just funny. Now if I ever run away in my Excalibur, all they're gonna see is France. Okay, so Yuri-chan is one of my channel's inside jokes that I made as a joke randomly when I first got the AE Phase 1. And ever since then, people have just kind of stuck with it. So you know what? I'm gonna show you all how to make it, just so the disease can spread. There really isn't a better way I can word that. So what you want to do is find a tank that has decal placement spots, like one after the other, but not have the top one be bigger than the first one. You want to have the front one be bigger than the back one, if that makes sense. And from the Großen Panzer event that we had, you should have this Miho Nishizumi decal. I've never pronounced it. I just call it the anime girl because it's the only anime girl. And what you do is you take it and you put that on there. Then what you want to do is find Yuri's head from the space event, because he was the first man in space. There he is. Beautiful guy. And what you want to do is put Yuri's face at ×1 and the girl at ×2. Then flip Yuri to match. And now you have successfully made Yuri-chan. And I'm going to regret putting this in a video for the rest of time. This is one of the hardest tanks in the game to earn, and I put this absolute monstrosity on front. This one's actually funny and kind of a real one. So if you put the Living Legend style, Arnold style, on the M4Y, aka Mivy, it looks fine. Obviously, it looks fine on pretty much any tank. But a strategy that I use is pointing the gun up and to the right so that it tries to hide the cupola in the back. And when you point the gun up and to the right, that rotates the turret clockwise. And when you rotate the turret clockwise, It rotates Arnold straight to the front of the tank, so you'll just be flexing on your enemies the whole time when you do that. I'm gonna give no elaboration or detail on this one. It speaks for itself. Also, side note, I don't know if Ranzar made the angry eyes, but they actually do look pretty decent. So if someone wants to make like a side-scrolling animation for World of Tanks, these angry faces and happy faces look pretty good. I don't think I have any of the happy faces left. Oh, there it is. These actually look pretty good. Although, there's only a happy face and an angry face. I cannot wait until we get a surprised face and other stuff like that. Because I wish they did more stuff like this. Like, there's no joke here. There's no bit here. I really wish they did more stuff like that, because it's actually kind of clever. This was basically just like an April Fool's video of sorts of not-so-serious design tank tips. I love when people take their camos seriously, but I also absolutely love when people take their camos not seriously at all. Because that's how you get absolute masterpieces like what you're seeing right now.
Hi.
So, I was very fortunate that April Fool's fell on a Friday this year, so I had an excuse to upload some random dumb video of me just messing around instead of anything that actually had any strict sort of plot or anything. But this is... I was highly entertained making this, so I hope everyone enjoyed it. Hope everyone enjoyed it. That's definitely what I was meaning. Okay, but seriously, why is the paint garage floating?